Yes. Hi, so very warm welcome to your final Viva. And I guess the entire journey comes to an end here. And this is your DBA final thesis Viva. And I'm really happy to see here and I'm going to, very much happy after listening to your entire Viva. So this will be approximately 20 minutes of presentation, 20 to 30 minutes of presentation. And after that, we will follow up with few Q&A and then we will be good to close the session. So that's the plan for the day. And welcome
Thank you
again.
very much.
You can share your PPT. I guess you can see that option somewhere in your device, sharing option.
Yes, I
And you
saw
can
one share, right?
yes, yes. Once you click on that, you can upload your PPT.
Okay, it is asking send request.
Yes, you just send the request to me.
Okay.
Done.
Then it has to go to the file, right?
Yes, you have to open up your PPT, your PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, I am. Can I minimize this?
Yes, sure.
Did you able to see now?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, you open the PPT.
Yes, you have to open the PPT and then once you click on share, you will find it visible and then you can just.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, I will go once again. I will share it, right?
Yes.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is getting uploaded.
Yes. Thank you.
So once again, I'm going to recall this, that we are going to record the meeting for further processes of university.
Okay.
And here onwards, you can go ahead and start with your presentation. I'm really happy to listen to your works presentation. All
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. So, good
so
afternoon.
before that, can you just do it a screen share, like presentation mode? Yes, the other one,
This one?
this one. Just click on it.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Now you can go ahead.
Yes. So, good afternoon. Thank you very much for accommodating me in this presentation. And I'm really appreciating your valuable guidance right from the beginning of the mm, preparation of the thesis uh, until today. So, without your efforts, I could not have made it all this thing. So periodically
It's
you guided me in a very patiently, very technically. So I have made this presentation. Finally, it is getting into the final stage. So once again, thank you very much. So this is the uh, Doctor of Business Administration thesis presentation. So the topic of the thesis is sugarcane production with a special emphasis on productivity and quality improvement in Tamil Nadu. So I, Palanisamy Balasubramani, holding a master's degree in sugarcane and the related field and what I'm doing the DBA thesis. And also I already did my MBA also. So this is the program related to Doctor of Business Administration. My chairman is Dr. Nega Gangwar, who is with me right now. and is professor of IIBM. So this is the abstract of the study. So it is generally describing about the description about the sugarcane and how where it is cultivated and what is the global scenario about the sugarcane cultivation. Coming to Tamil Nadu, so we are focusing on the Tamil Nadu in terms of productivity and quality improvement. The main aim was to sustain the sugarcane cultivation area to improve the productivity and per land, productivity per unit area, and which will naturally increase the production. So there are problems associated with this study, like availability of land, water, input, pest and diseases, and the harvesting of sugarcane. And analytical tool was used to identify the problem, and we did the sampling, including the people from the industry and also from the farmer side. So the summary also captures that the participants and I mean the stakeholders were periodically measured the field as well as in the industry, and statistical data from for the study were collected from the government authorities by sending the email. The sampling method is a randomized method is used to select the participants and analyze the merits of the population and their selection criteria. So the stakeholders includes the head of the department from the agriculture industry, I mean sugar industry, of 4 factories, and also the agriculture officers, agriculture supervisors, and farmers, sugarcane farmers belonging to that particular factory. The size is about 1 HOD from each factory, 4 agriculture officers, 8 agriculture supervisors, and 25 sugarcane farmers. The participants' education level is ranging from master's degree to secondary school. This is the abstract. And now coming to the main chapter. This is the introduction. So this is generally describing about the botanical, I mean the plant kingdom where the sugarcane is present and its morphological characters, and the places where it is grown and where it evolved, and all these things are describing. And the um, locality where the sugarcane is majorly grown. We know Brazil is the one of the biggest place where sugarcane is growing, followed by India is the world second largest grower of sugarcane, followed by Thailand. And the percentage of the area grown is also displayed here. Uh, Among the world sugar produced, about 79% of the sugar is globally produced from sugar cane. Only the small portion, about 21%, is from sugar beet sugar. So the technical botanical name for the sugar cane is the Saccharum officinarum. It is the one giving all the sugar. There are a lot of other species, but those were wild species. We cannot get the sugar from those species. This is a general character of the sugarcane. Like the leaves, the stems, and how long it will take to mature, and what is the percentage composition of the sugarcane, and when the sugarcane is fully matured, what is the content inside the sugarcane, like um, about what is the fiber percentage, then what is the soluble sugar, then non-sugar, which cannot be converted into white crystal, and 60 to 73% is the remaining is water. The successful cultivation of sugarcane is influenced by so many parameters, particularly climate, irrigation method, fertilizers, and the pest and diseases attacking, and the selection of particular specific variety to suit the locality. In terms of coming to the yield per hectare, productivity per hectare, in India currently it is 60 to 70. However, the yield may go up to range from 30 to 180 tons. That is 30 means it's a poorly managed areas. 180 tons is the well maintained with the comprehensive agricultural practices. So this variance is made up of the level of knowledge applied in the sugarcane cultivation and approach to the management, and ultimately sugarcane cultivation is a demands integration of various factors to optimize. Not only one factor, we have to manage the soil, water, nutrient, everything. So cultivation of sugarcane. So after describing the sugarcane's character, so what are the how it should be cultivated more efficiently? So sugarcane requires about 60 centimeter of annual rainfall. That is about 600 millimeter. It is belongs to the C4 plant. That's C3, C4. There are a lot of classification. It belongs to the C4 in the plant kingdom, and it more efficiently convert the solar energy into biomass. Like sugarcane, maize is also is a seafood plant. So coming to the globally, Americas, both North and South America, is contributing about 52% of the production. Being Brazil is the topmost sugarcane producer, it's fall into the Americas. Brazil is a South American country. North America, in the USA, we have some Florida and other area. I didn't mention, but I want to just explain. And coming to the cultivation, sugarcane can be grown in all type of soil, ranging from very good soil, from clay soil, red soil, black soil, all this. So even it can be grown in the rocky soil or rocky places also, provided with the proper management practices. Even the desert countries like in Africa, Egypt, they are also growing sugarcane with a moderate yield. Coming to the uses of sorry, this is the previous slide. Coming to the manufacturing, sugar manufacturing steps from the sugar cane. So from the field, the cane is harvested and it is delivered and handled in the factory. So cane carrier is the one which is carrying the, whenever I tell cane, it is refers to sugar cane. So cane is carried into the factory and it is crushed and made into a pulverized, that is called the shredder. Then when it is passing through the mill, water will be added for the imbibition. Then it will be crushed to dewater it. Then juice is clarified. Then it goes to the evaporator for the removal of the excess water. Then goes to the another place called the pan. Again, it will be a one more boiling to make it as a thick syrup. Then the syrup will be converted into a crystal. What we are seeing in our packet is a crystallization. So there is a process. After crystallization, it will come with a thick solid that is inclusive of sugar and molasses. So centrifugal is the one which is used to separate the sugar from the molasses. How we are separating the curd from the buttermilk and the same process will be used here. Then after separation, the sugar will be going to the drying place because it will come with the moist and it will be dried. Finally, it will go to the packing area and storing in the go down. Uses of sugarcane. When it comes to uses, the main product is the sugar. Then we can generate the electricity from the fiber and also biofuel from the molasses. That is also molasses one of the byproduct we used to get the biofuel. Now we are talking about ethanol and blending of the ethanol with the petrol. So it is a biofuel. And we all know that sugarcane juice is good for the health. It is used as a drinking also. And the chemicals in the pharmaceutical industries, it is also one of the main products. And the livestock for fodder, that is, the sugarcane leaves are used for the fodder. And the paper and the textiles also, we can make it from the bagasse, that's a fiber. The last, what we used to call as organic mulch. There is a lost sediment in the sugar process. It can also be used in the soil to act as an organic fertilizer. And the nutritional beverages, that is the latest technology. Instead of drinking the juice, raw juice, now they are making the value-added product to make it as a beverage, like Pepsi and Coca-Cola. This is a natural beverage. India is, we know India is the second largest producer of sugarcane. So based on the geographical and agroclimatic conditions, the area is divided into different zones. The north zone is comprising of UP, Punjab, Haryana, and Bihar. And there are some other states, but sugarcane is majorly grown in these areas. That's why we put a major area in the zone. In coming to central zone, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. Southern zone consists of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. Eastern, that is towards the coastal area, West Bengal, Odisha, and Assam. Western zone, Rajasthan and Gujarat. So this is the productivity right from the 2001 to 2000, I mean the season 2001 to 2022-23. When the time of I am preparing my thesis, 23-24 data is not yet published. So I collected up to 20 to 23. So this is the information was collected from the Ministry of Agriculture, New Delhi, from Directorate of Economics and Statistics. From this is we can clearly see the last 2 years, the area as well as the production of sugarcane is on the higher side in terms of yield also. On the sugarcane crush, the recovery, I mean sugar recovery from 1 ton of cane, sugar produced, and the number of factories also crushing is increasing. So this trends clearly shows that there is a innovation in the sugarcane agriculture. So it has improved the yield also. 84.9 on ton, 84 tons. So on average, it is improving. So this is the critical interpretation from the table. Uh, as I said earlier, it is fluctuating from year to year, and production in each year is mainly influenced by area cultivated and the productivity per hectare. Number of sugar factories also is influenced by availability of sugarcane, because without sugarcane, factory cannot crush. One or two factories will close throughout the season. And also the table gives the information for the current study to understand the sugar recovery trend, how the recovery of sugar is obtained. And there also it guides through the ways and means to improve the sugar recovery to get more sugar. Coming to our main area of concern, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is one of the major states in India for sugarcane cultivation. It currently has about 0.37 million hectare and to produce 38.5 million tons. And in terms of productivity, it is the number one states. Currently, it is averaging 103.1 tons against the national average of 69.5, about 33% higher. Because this reason for this increase is Tamil Nadu is having a more sunshine and the photo period. The time available for the plant to make the effectively utilize the sunlight is more. So that is the reason why it is giving more yield. And also some intensive agricultural practices followed in Tamil Nadu also is improving the yield. So currently about 35 factories are in operative, both the private sector and the government sector as well as the cooperative factories. There is a table which is going to give that elaborative data for the 73 years, right from 1950-51 to 22-23. So I made it the table in 3 pages to make it the information fully available. This is table 2. Sorry. This is table 1. Table 2. Table 3. The information was collected from the Tamil Nadu state government, Directorate of Sugar. There is a separate directorate functioning. So in the state government, they collected this information from the directorate. So this is the inference from the table. In terms of area, 2006-7 is has the more area, and the lowest area was in the 1950-53. Highest sugarcane produced was in the same year, 2006 and 7, and the lowest was in 50-53. The highest productivity per hectare, yield per hectare, was in 2011-12 with 111.5 tons per hectare, and the lowest was 72.15 in 1959-60. The sugarcane crush was more in 2006 and 7, and the lowest was in 1950-53, and the highest sugar produced after crushing, the quantity of sugar produced was also more in 2006 and 7, and the lowest was in 1953 and 54. The recovery of sugar from 1 ton of cane was highest was in 1988 and 89 with the 10.1%, and the lowest was in 1969-70 with the 7.87%. The number of factories operational uh, was high in 2010-11 and 2014-15, and the lowest was in 1952-53 and 53 and 54. Within Tamil Nadu, coming to district-wise data about the area, the production and the productivity, it was about 30 districts currently under cultivating sugarcane with various degrees. Uh, the information was collected from the Director of Sugar, Tamil Nadu State Government. So coming to the sugarcane cultivation area, that is Viluppuram district is the one which is a major area for sugarcane in terms of area as well as the sugarcane produced. Coming to tons of sugarcane productivity per hectare, the Erode district is ranks in terms of yield. It is ranks first, followed by other district Trichy and other thing. The lowest cane productivity was recorded in the Nakapattinam and Pudukkottai and Tanjavur, because these areas are located close to the seashore. So frequently they will be affected by heavy wind, rainfall, and frost. That's the reason why the cane will not grow more efficiently than compared to our central and the northern district. This is the detail about how to increase the productivity and quality in Tamil Nadu, following the different method of cultivation practices. Right from selecting the planting season, it consists of there is a main season and special season. The special season starts from normally December to May. That is within the main season there will be early season, mid season, late season, and there is a special season for sugarcane cultivation also from June and July. The major sugarcane variety grown in Tamil Nadu is CO 86032. CO stands for Coimbatore because the variety is released from Coimbatore Sugarcane Breeding Institute, and that's why the name was coined as a CO. The 86032 is the serial number for the variety. The preparation, I mean the field preparation for the sugarcane planting. So how to plow the field, how we have to harrow it, how we have to level it, how we have to form the ridges and furrows. Then fertilizer, what are the major fertilizer we need to apply to give the required quantity of nutrients to the sugarcane. So it starts with the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. For all the crops, it is a major. For the sugarcane, we need to give 300 100 and 200 kgs of NPK respectively, and also zinc sulfate, which is also one of the micronutrient. It's not required in high quantity, but it should be applied to augment the yield and other thing. And ferrous sulfate also. Then sulfur is also need to be applied where the soil is deficient in sulfur to increase the productivity. Then prepare how to prepare the seed. Seed is the one which is always used for all the crops to establish a new crop. We need to select the seed material from the young cane of 7 to 8 months, and we need to remove the trash which is covered in the sugarcane so that the buds will germinate very quickly. We need to use the soft knife to cut the seed, and discarded seeds with the damaged buds. I mean the poor quality seeds should be avoided. We need to use about 75,000 two-butted seeds for planting 1 hectare. That is the seed rate per hectare. Planting method, this is the planting. How to plant the seed inside the furrow to accommodate about 12 buds per meter, and the buds are in a lateral position, and it need to be pressed gently beneath the soil so to avoid exposure to the sunlight. So a gentle covering with the soil is required. Uh, then we need to plant more seeds in the channel and double row planting to accommodate. In dry and garden land, dry method of planting is followed. Then that is the dry method means before irrigating, just plant it and cover it, because in a dry land we will not get the much water. So whatever water is available, it need to be used for the planting. So weeds, we all know weeds is the one which is always used to compete with the any crop. So coming to sugarcane, weed is also one of the important um, competitor to take the nutrient, other inputs which we are applying to sugarcane. So it need to be done 3 times. So normally 30, 60, and 90 days after planting. Different chemicals are used. Yes, chemical called atrazine, which is used to spray before the emergence of the weed, and there are another chemical is also available that need to be used after the emergence of the weed. That is called the glyphosate, and also different period of application of the herbicide. I mean the weedicide will control the weeds and allow the sugarcane to grow vigorously. Earthing up is the process where soil from the um, ground level on the base of the crop need to be healed up to give the anchorage to the crop. And during the heavy wind, the sugarcane should not break. If it break, then we are going to lose the yield. So this is a very important operation. Coming to detressing is the removal of leaf from the sugarcane, because it will, when we remove the leaf from the sugarcane, it will allow the sunlight to directly fall on the stems, which will increase the photosynthesis and allow the crop to take more photosynthesis for the for its growth. As well as the when we remove the trash, there are pest and diseases which is attached to the sugarcane will be removed, and the crop will be free from pest. Coming to water management, we know all the crops is a very, very important one. Water is required for sugarcane in different stages. So we are classifying sugarcane into 4 stages. Germination, that is the growing of the sugar the seed from the after planting, that falls within 0 to 35 days. Tillering, after growth, there will be a lot of side shoots coming up. Sugarcane, we notice that in one clump we used to see many sugarcane. That is called the tillering. So it is the period is 36 to 120 days. Grand growth phase, after tiller formation, now the sugarcane has to grow. So the period is from 121 to 270 days. Maturity. So we know the sugarcane keep on growing, but it will stop its growth from 270 days. It will start mature. But in the sense, the water content will normally reduce and the sugar will be accumulating more. So this is the 4 stages. So in each stage, for the different soil, we need to regulate the irrigation according to the stages of the sugarcane growth. For example, in sandy soil, for the germination stage, once in 7 days, tillering stage, once in 7 days. When the growth phase, because growth is a vigorous phase, we need to irrigate little bit one day earlier, so once in 6 days. Maturity, we have to allow the crop to little bit, making it little dry so that the accumulation of sugar will be more. The same is applicable to clay soil. We know clay soil is the one which once it absorbs water, it will retain. Black soil. So for 10 days for germination, 10 days for tillering. For grand growth is just 1 day less, 9. For the maturity, we can allow it to once in 12 days is enough. Drought management. Drought is the one, the situation where it's a natural one. Lack of water, lack of rainfall, all this going to affect the sugarcane. So under this condition, how we have to manage? Instead of irrigating all the rows, so we can go for a alternate and skip for irrigation, irrigating alternatively, so that the moisture will slowly pass from one skip furrow to another furrow. Even though it is not enough, it can manage the allow the crop to survive instead of completely dry, because we are not having much water. We have to use the water within the uh, limit, and at the same time we need to keep the crop, so alternate for irrigation. And coming to the application, there is a fertilizer called muriate of potash, MOP. So it need to be applied about 125 kg at 120 days of planting, because 120 days is a 4 month. This is the period where the sugarcane will be having a lot of stress. So, and also people used to apply the coconut coir waste, 25 tons per hectare, at the time of last plowing, because the coir pit will mix with the soil and it will retain the moisture. Then removal of dry grass uh, when the crop is at 5 months age, and leaving it instead of taking it away for the fodder, just leaving it, removing the grass, allowing to fall it on the ground, so that it will form as a cover. The evaporation from the soil will be reduced, and it will keep the crop against the drought. Harvest management. So we know sugarcane is a 1 year crop. Normally, it will be harvested at 12 months. There are two type of harvest. We are engaging both manual harvest and mechanical. Manually, about 10 women and 10 men manage to harvest 20 tons. So this is the 120 tons, in the sense they will harvest, they will bundle, and they will load it to the truck or the lorry. Coming to the mechanical, we have the case 8000 machine. That is the name of the machine which is used to harvest. Machine can harvest 80 tons per hour, and it's in a 10-hour working time. Making is 800 tons per day. We cannot run the machine 24 hours because it's a very huge machine and generate a lot of heat. So alternatively, we have to stop and operate. So we can calculate only 10 hours per day, 80 tons per hour, making 800 tons. When we are harvesting the sugarcane with machine, there will be a trailer which is with the two baskets is following the harvester to collect and take the sugarcane to the factory. In manually, the cane will be harvested at the bottom and tied with the green leaves and loaded to the trucks. Only one. Here there is a machine, one machine is harvesting, and there will be a trailer following it to collect the cane, because it is a small pellet. So this is the end of the chapter 1. So anything professor want to ask me?
No, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. So this is the literature review is the chapter 2. I have used the literature of the eminent people who did a lot of experiments, a lot of study on sugarcane in terms of all areas of sugarcane, right from the sugarcane agronomy up to the harvest. So I referred the book of Dr. B. Suntra, and the title is Sugarcane Cultivation, where he elaborated all the complete detail of sugarcane cultivation, right from the agroclimatic condition of India as well as Tamil Nadu, and analyzed completely details of varieties, cultivation practices, new technologies, and practical problems associated with the growing the sugarcane commercially. So another one literature review I referred was from Dr. C. Ramaswamy. He commercial crops of Tamil Nadu, because sugar commercial crop means, so coconut is also commercial crop, sugarcane and banana, tomato. So he wrote a book called The Commercial Crops of Tamil Nadu, where he indicated the sugarcane also as an important commercial crop, comparing with other crops like cotton, coconut, banana, and indicated the sugarcane is a very important for the rural economy and the employment generation. And Dr. B. Velayuram is a very eminent agronomist. So he wrote a book, Sugarcane Agronomic Practices, uh, Crop Management Procedures, and how to get the better yield, and what are the inputs required, and the different time of operation. He also indicated a well-established standard operating procedure for sugarcane productivity. And Mr. Paul David, and he was one of the general manager in sugar industry. He was an expert in drip irrigation. So drip irrigation, we are hearing drip irrigation and micro irrigation to minimize the water, at the same time getting the productivity more. In the open furrow irrigation, we will be consuming more water. In the drip, we can consume only 50% of the water what we are using in the normal irrigation. So he wrote a book on the drip irrigation on sugarcane, and is the mode he mentioned is a modern and effective way of irrigating sugarcane by providing water and fertilizer at the same time the right quantity at the right place. So what he is telling, right quantity means that is the required quantity. Right place means instead of applying here and there, directly applying to the root zone. I mean the root where the sugarcane is growing. He clearly mentioned out of his experiment um, that about 40% of the water is conserved when compared to conventional irrigation. In addition to productivity increase, there is a yield increase and there will be a water conservation also. Then Sugarcane Breeding Institute. I want to mention a few things about this institute. It is one of the worldwide renowned institute functioning under Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Uh, Madam might have known ICR is one headquarters in Delhi. So Sugarcane Breeding Institute in Coimbatore is functioning under ICR. Why they selected Coimbatore is the Coimbatore is the place, that particular locality where the sugarcane breeding institute is located. All the sugarcane varieties used to flower. Any variety, if we bring it from anywhere in the globe, we can bring it from Brazil, we can bring Thailand. Their varieties, though, which are not flowering on that place, used to flower in Coimbatore. So flowering is one of the very important for breeding purpose. So variety has to flower, it will produce the seed, and it will be crossed to develop a new variety. So that's why the Sugarcane Breeding Institute is established. So there is a publication from the institute called Sugarcane Cultivation Area Production and Productivity in Tamil Nadu. This is a complete detail right from the early years to the recent one. So I can use that literature also for my reference. And I also used the literature from the Ministry of Agriculture, New Delhi, sugarcane production statistics. It's figures the area production about the India and even Tamil Nadu also. The same Directorate of Sugar, apart from Ministry of Agriculture, there's a Directorate of Sugar functioning under central government, and they have the statistics on sugar industry statistics. Reveal the details of the sugar produced every year, comparison between the states and the nation, and also in global. Ministry of Agriculture, Tamil Nadu is a sugarcane production statistics like New Delhi. I collected the state detail from Agriculture Ministry, and also Directorate of Sugar from New Delhi also I collected sugar statistics, the details about the comparison between the states and other thing. Some of the efforts made by the industry earlier. There was in 2019, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University conducted a study, and the stops a set of survey team was sent, and they analyzed the problem of the sugarcane cultivation in Tamil Nadu. They listed out the problem, and the comprehensive solution was also given to the industry to work on the problem. So the outcome of the study was that they mm, they mentioned about the land availability, irrigation, input availability, sugarcane harvest. Based on this, uh, the sugar industry on Tamil Nadu have initiated some problem-solving measures, and based on the efforts made, there was a significant improvement in area production, volume of sugarcane, and the tons produced in 2021 and 22. What we saw in the table, there was a clear indication of improvement in all the aspects. And this is the um, previous deficiencies in the deficiencies in the previous study and industry efforts. So what the industry was taken initiative and to solve the problem, and the significance of the current study coming to not only that is current study mentioning about the production and the details and all this data, and because this is a significance of that study is currently related to the livelihood of farmers, employees, and also all the stakeholders. Because sugar industry, if it closes, it is then there will be a crisis in the rural um, economy. So that's why it's also significance. And also the significance is that the problems of the sugarcane cultivation are not addressed properly in the earlier study. If it is not addressed, there is a significance. If it is not addressed, it's going to affect the economic value and ultimately affect the GDP also. Comparison and contrast from the previous studies. Previous studies uh, was okay, but authors they have explained about the sugarcane crops, its character, statistics, and the sugarcane farming techniques and the methods across different areas of Tamil Nadu. And the comparison between the current study includes the details of the previous study also. And its contrasting nature is that it also offers a solution to the existing problem associated with this work application. Previous study was also uh, mm, was dealing with the cultivation methods, and it was offering solution only to that particular. The current study takes its mm, details from the previous study and relating it to the current scenario. The major highlights of the current study is that it derived all the information from the previous studies and putting it into current situation and giving out solution for the problem which were not properly addressed previously. So another highlight is that the current study was made according to the change in the global scenario, because previous study there was done some little years ago. Now the current study was exactly matching with what is the current scenario in the globally in terms of sugarcane value chain, and make it more realistic as far as the current situation is concerned. So can I proceed with chapter 3, ma'am? Research methodology.
Go ahead.
Yes. So this is the method used to uh, study a particular problem and different circumstances and the different method. So this is a sampling and the research design. The design what here mentioned is the um, a randomized method, collecting details from the dividing the um, area of study randomly and selecting a particular area, uh, comprising the particular area as a more relative information about that particular sugar industry. There are a lot of sugar industry in Tamil Nadu. So I selected four industries, different industries, because these four industries located in different places represent the whole scenario of Tamil Nadu. So how I coming to this sampling and research design, how I have sampled it. So selection of participants here for the research study. I selected head of the department, agricultural officers, agricultural supervisors, and the sugarcane farmers. The source of this participants is from the first three is from industry. The third one is a general public. Sugarcane farmers as a general public. The merits is the head of the department has the qualification of post graduation. The agriculture officer undergraduate. The agriculture supervisor diploma in agriculture. All the formats I selected is having a minimum of higher secondary. The population, okay, the population or the sampling frame is designed in such a way to include all the stakeholders. Uh, that is a head of the department, agriculture supervisor, and agriculture officers, supervisors, and farmers. Among the all these selection covered both private sector as well as cooperative industry of the, cooperative sector of the sugar industry. This is the category of the population. As I mentioned, HOD, agriculture officer, and the supervisors. The industry I selected was this is the name of the sugar industry. So it is the representation of the whole Tamil Nadu. So within the available time, I have collected this. I have selected this industry for the study. The sampling size includes, as I mentioned earlier, one head of the department, four agriculture officers, eight agriculture supervisors, 25 sugarcane farmers from each factory. Like this, four different factories. The samples were chosen according to the data required for the study, and also merits of the participants were considered to get more practical and realistic data along with the required experience in the field. So coming to the education qualification and also the professional experience. So head of the department, a minimum he is having a MSc Agriculture and with the experience of 20 years. Agriculture officers, BSc Agriculture, 10 years. So agriculture supervisor, diploma in agriculture, 7 years. Sugarcane farmers, higher secondary education, at least with the 20 years experience in sugarcane farming. Data collection was done using this different category of population. At field level, it was a direct interaction with all the stakeholders, and periodically a program was set out, and it was followed periodically to make a visit to the sugar mill, and their visit was informed in advance and to make the participation, interaction, and data collection. So this is the method of data collection and the place of data collection. So from the head of the department, this is a personal interaction, and agriculture officers, agriculture supervisor, all are personal interaction. And once in a week, I met the head of the department for 6 weeks. This is also once in a week for 6 weeks, 6 weeks, once in a week for 6 weeks. So to mention here, there is information that all these people were met in the uh, field. So that's why the data was collected practically from the participants. The primary objective of the data was study was to, in terms of quantity, to uh, sustain and increase the production of sugarcane in Tamil Nadu, and qualitatively it's to increase the productivity. So in quantity as well as the qualitative study was that there was no secondary objective for the study. And there was a surveys and the questionnaires were done in all the 4 sugar factories for continuously for 6 weeks. The survey was carried out in the field along with the participants, and the questionnaire was issued to get the response of the response on the study of the interest. This is the questionnaire set for the head of the department. About 15 questions were asked to the head of the department, right from how much area he is handling, what is the technical administrative problem, and how you are getting the support from your industry management and government also. What are the major problems you are facing as a head of the department, and what is the major problem facing in the field, because the department is administrative one and field is a completely different. So I put a two different type of question problems, and the question related to the two different type of problem. So then I asked about the what is the problem in the sugarcane farming, and problem in the sugarcane supply, but all these problems related to harvesting, related to um, shifting the harvest level from one place to another place, reason for leaving the harvest by the agricultural laborers, and all this setup of question. And as a HOD, he answered what he has really experiencing, practically experiencing. He explained all those things. So this is the giving a clear-cut idea about what is happening in the agriculture department in the HOD's level. Coming to agriculture officers, I asked about the
Can we directly skip to the final findings?
final.
Yes, like your
Ma'am,
results.
okay, please. I will
Yeah.
go to the.
Okay. Right.
Yes, this is ma'am. Am I right?
Yes. Here on.
Discussion, conclusion, and a recommendation, please. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, please go ahead.
So, out of the study we carried out of the data collected, whatever the things done, uh, the discussion is centering around the problem and how to address the problem. This is the thing. The major problem concerned with this ensuring enough land for the sugarcane cultivation. So Coming to this particular area, we need to have a clear-cut area uh, for the sugarcane cultivation in each district. It should not taken for industrial and housing area. So urbanization is the one which is taking away the sugarcane cultivation area. So it need to be clearly earmarked with the government order or something like that. Then land suitable for sugarcane cultivation and the soil type irrigation facility should not be allotted for any other purpose. Apart from the industrialization, any other purposes the government want to use it even for construction of something or the cultivation of other crops also need to be avoided. And there should be the government should pass an indiscriminate order to, I mean, enact order to avoid the indiscriminate use of sugarcane fields for industrial and housing purpose also. Water. So we know water is the critical one. So how to maintain the water? The canal has to be repaired properly so that the leakage and the damage should be avoided. And we need to bring more area under the drip irrigation to reduce the uh, normal irrigation, that is a flow surface irrigation. We need to reduce it so that the conserved water should be used for the sugarcane cultivation. More area will be covered with less water consumption. So micro irrigation, drip irrigation, we need to resort. And as we already discussed, about 40% of the water will be saved when compared to conventional open for irrigation. Ensuring enough input. So, input is the one like fertilizer and agrochemicals is one way which is playing very important in increasing the productivity and quality of the sugarcane. So, to ensure that input supply in orderly manner, so we have to maintain a centralized distribution input distribution system, and it need to be monitored. And yeah, exclusive input store should be maintained so that enough stock will be maintained, and it should be readily available to the sugarcane farmers. The access road, the road need to be maintained in a properly so that the sugarcane transport and the I mean the input transport will be smooth and properly. And there should be there is a possibility to give the subsidy for sugarcane inputs like 10% subsidy or 20% subsidy, whatever the government want to do, it has to be fixed so that the farmers get the subsidized input supply. So so it will make the sugarcane crop more remunerative, and it will encourage them to continue the crop and in a more area. This is a natural problem. So pest and diseases, it is not a man-made problem. It is a naturally occurring along with the sugarcane, like any other crop. So for each insect problem, that is a pest problem, there should be a chemical and it need to be properly used for controlling the different pest, like mixing the chemical at right quantity at the right time of application. All this need to be followed, and there will be a natural um, method also to control some of the pests, like plowing the field in the summer. The vacant field, it need to be plowed in the summer so that whatever the inside the pest in the soils will be exposed to the sunlight, and it will be get killed before multiplication. And all these things we need to do for the pest control. Coming to disease management, as like pest, we need to give a right chemical for the control of the disease at right time of application. And there will be a method for treating the seeds with latest technology called the aerated steam therapy. When we treat the seeds in this therapy unit, most of the diseases carried through sugarcane seeds will be avoided. So this is also one of the thing we need to follow it up. And for the harvest method, we need to maintain a proper harvest team. The team includes manual as well as the mechanical. For the manual labors, since sugarcane harvesting is a very tedious and taking a lot of energy from the workers. So there should be a incentive for and incentives and benefits, like we need to take care of the free medical care, free lunch when they are working in the field, and other basic facilities, so that they will stay with this tedious work and instead of looking for other works. During the off season also, when the harvesting season is over, the harvest labor will be out of job. So we need to utilize this harvest labor for the sugarcane crop maintenance, for irrigation, for weeding and other things, so that they will be engaged throughout the year, one half of the period for harvesting and half of the period for crop maintenance. So this will keep them in the work and will give more income throughout the year instead of only half of the year. And coming to the mechanical harvester, there will be also, since it's mechanical, so there will be always a breakdown, and there will be a lack of spare spots, all these things. As a contingency plan, 10% machines has to be kept in support for the cane supply to manage the uh, brakes breakdown and other problems. And also the drivers and the operators of the machines need to be trained very well, and periodical training and development program. And the spare spots, when we are buying, there should be a quality spare spots with adequate number to be kept as a stock for immediate replacement. And at the time of field preparation, we know all this mechanical harvester is done by machine. So fields should be removed from the stones, because stones will harvest the blade at the time of the part. At the time when the machine is blade is cutting the sugarcane in the bottom, the stones will damage. So field at the time of preparation itself, all these stones should be removed, so that the mechanical harvest will become a very easy. So this is the generally advice for the discussion for the sugarcane different topics. When coming to how to increase the productivity per area, then this is the key areas we need to concentrate. One is we have to follow a right time of planting, selecting the main season and the special season. Then selection of proper, I mean the proper field preparation, and the selection of good seed cane, because seed is the one which is giving the entire crop. Sugarcane, we know it is it's not like other crop like cotton or banana. We cannot remove it at one time. Once we plant, we will be harvesting, and we will be keeping the crop for at least for 4 to 5 years.
Right.
So the initial seed should be very, very high quality, so that it will give continuous crop for more than 4 years, 5 years. So that is the selection of good seed material for planting. Then correct planting. So we cannot plant so we can just place it somewhere in the soil and cover it. There should be a space.
Right.
Yes. There should be a proper space, and there should be a proper depth and length also. Yes. So the life irrigation is a very important, because most of the farmers just they will plant the sugarcane and leave it, and they will come and irrigate in the next day. But the soil has its own temperature and other things, so it should not damage the bud. So immediately after the planting, the entire field need to be irrigated on the same day to give early life to the growing buds to germinate quickly. Any delay in irrigating?
Let's close it very quickly.
Yes, very
Let's
quickly.
close. Yes.
Yes,
There is
fertilizer.
another Viva scheduled at
Okay,
5.
sorry. So fertilizer
Yeah.
application. Fertilizer application is a standard fertilizer application, what we saw the NPK, and weed has to be properly removed from the field to make it as a so can grow better. And we have to earthing up the field to crop give the proper support. We need to remove the stress, then and we need to follow the proper irrigation, proper harvesting method, and the sustainability and the future outlook. There will be a climate change, what we are talking about, the global warming and other thing. It has its effect on the sugarcane cultivation. So there is a technological advancement in the worldwide, and it has to be used properly for the Tamil Nadu state to increase the production productivity. And aligning of this current study with the policies, horizontally to increase the area and vertically to increase the productivity. And coming to the successful intervention in the other regions or the countries, the major advanced countries like Australia, South Africa, Brazil, and Mexico, they are using all
Right.
operation for mechanically. So India, I
True.
mean, India as well as Tamil Nadu has to follow the same. And
Right.
yes, coming to the yield and other thing, yield in terms of yield, how Tamil Nadu is performing. So it is almost
Mm.
performing, but
Right.
except Australia, it is almost
Right.
performing than other countries. So conclusion is, as we said, the sugarcane is the important crop and the rural livelihood, all these things, and successful interventions has to be made. And what is the responsibility for the policy maker like the Tamil Nadu government? What the sugar industry has to follow? What is the farmer has to follow?
Right.
And I used the references from the different sources to make it this thesis work
One.
successfully. So thank you very much, madam, for your
That's wonderful,
yes.
wonderful, wonderful presentation and very thorough presentation. So like anybody who is going to listen this presentation, who might not have studied the thesis, they will be, very much clear that what you have done.
Thank
It's
you.
really good. I just have few questions. So can I ask those questions to you?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first question is, do you find any challenges which you face, like after collecting the result, you find out that, okay, this I haven't, visualized in my initial stage. Anything which any result which came as an, altogether a new result to you? Anything in your study which was
Oh,
unexpected result?
not really, madam, because
Hmm.
I also a professional in the sugarcane industry.
Right, right.
So I worked in various sugarcane industry.
Huh. Huh.
I worked in Africa also. So
Okay. Right.
I cannot find anything very surprise to this response
Huh.
from participants. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's great. That's good. And can you tell me any other, apart from sugarcane, like any other crop in which your studies related methodology or your study related aspect can be utilized, like some other researchers can use it and, get the good results?
Yes, yes, madam. Because I can suggest the same need to be applied for cotton.
Okay, that's good.
Cotton, because cotton, textile is the first biggest
Right.
industry in India.
Right.
Then only sugar industry is the second one. So it
Uh-huh.
needs to be applied for the cotton, and
Okay.
also it need to be applied for rice also.
Rice. Okay, that's good.
Rice, and
Okay.
also I can suggest one more crop because the crop is getting more important in terms of biofuel and other thing, green energy. Maize we can consider. Yeah. Yes.
That's good. Tell me any two challenges which you have faced throughout this thesis development, research related challenges.
Yes, ma'am. And so I can tell on the major challenges is um, the one is from the farmers because farmers. The concern is when I was asking the question, interviewing them, interacting with them.
Uh,
Are you going to give any solution for the
right,
sugarcane price?
right,
Yes, so
right,
that is the question. So I am not the one. I am making my own study. So how you are going to use your study to increase the cane price, sugarcane price? So I
right,
could not be in a place to answer the question.
right, right,
Yes.
right.
The second
Okay.
thing is the what I faced from the second problem. I can tell the agricultural supervisors in the
Okay.
agriculture that the third category of people, they
Hmm.
are not getting enough salary and fuel. Salary itself is a poor, uh,
Okay.
and also they are not getting enough fuel to visit the field
Hmm.
frequently. That is the two problem I have faced.
Okay. Right. Okay. That sounds good.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
guess this is sufficient from my side, and I'm really happy that this comes to an end here.
Yes,
And I'm really happy, and my best wishes for your upcoming future prospects.
yes,
Now,
ma'am.
let me tell you a few things. Like from here onwards, the thesis journey is finished. Now, if you are done with your exams and if you are done with other procedural things, the institute will carry forward your finalization of your degree. You will receive emails from the admin side. If
Yes.
anywhere you are stuck, obviously you can get in touch with me. But here onwards, the institute is going to take over. And usually it takes 45 to 60 days of time for generating the final degree. So
Okay.
this much time will be there.
Okay.
If things will go smooth, and also the degree will be dispatched to you via post. So again, the admin team will get in touch with you regarding your address and everything.
Okay,
So
madam.
that part they will take care. And I hope you are completed with your exams, and if you are completed with everything. So here, this is an end, and here onwards the final awarding journey will start.
Yes.
So yeah, this is like what the process goes on, and I'm really happy to congratulate you on
Yes,
the
madam.
submission and final completion of the DBA thesis. My
Thank you
best
very
wish.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So I will also use this opportunity to update something.
Yeah.
So as you asked, I have done with all my subject. I mean the online exams
Dance. Yeah. Yeah.
covering the six topics.
Right.
I think you might have aware, madam, right?
Yes.
So I have done my online exam. I have finished
Okay.
this presentation also.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay.
yes, so online exam it's covered many topics like strategic management, marketing
Right.
management, international business management, human
Okay.
resource management. I have done it the same day the question came, and within
Oh, that's
5 days
good.
I
That's good.
submitted. Yes, submitted also.
Right. Right. So the
So
examination department with, I hope you might have received some confirmations from the exam department. If not, they are
no,
going to get in touch
no,
with you
no, no, no,
about
no,
the process.
no, no matter. Online question they shared with me with the case study.
Yes.
I selected the case study out of three. I selected one from each topic.
That's good.
I
That's
yeah,
good.
I answered and I didn't get any reply, but I sent them off.
You submitted then,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes,
So
yes,
usually if the things are fine, they do not come back. If
yes,
there are problems, then only they come back.
yes,
So
yes.
there is no
Thank
problem.
you,
Everything is going on
thank you,
fine.
thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So congratulations once again, and my
Yes,
best wishes here onwards.
thank you, ma'am.
We will see that whenever the things will go for the next stage.
It's sure, madam.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much
yeah,
for attending
I will
this.
be in touch. I will be in touch with you until I receive the
Definitely, definitely.
degree.
No
Yes,
problem.
yes.
No
Thank you very
problem.
much. Thank you,
Okay,
thank you.
all the best.
Can,
Take care.
yeah, all the best. So I can exit now.
Yes,
Thank you,
please.
thank you.